Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Big Hero 6. Disney is now amongst their next coming of a renaissance with Tangled, Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, and now Big Hero 6. And I have to say that this may overtake Wreck-It Ralph as my favorite in this new lineup. But let me have a little bit more time to ponder on it, sit on that decision, and then I'll come back with my official ranking for you. But for now, let's just talk about what this movie gets right. And one of the biggies that sells this movie is the great characters. Each of the team has their own distinct feeling, their own characteristics, and they're pretty developed as a team and as individuals. Now, they're not fully with backstory and all that. We don't get that for anybody except really Hero and his brother. But they all have a distinct personality. They have their own set of morals and guidelines and fears and interests, which is really nice to have for the entire cast. And not only that, this is probably the most diverse cast we've seen in an animated film of any kind. Nevertheless, for sure, the most diverse cast we've had in a Disney film. But I couldn't help but sit there wondering, with this huge, diverse cast, where are the Hispanic characters? Well, let's just say I'm still waiting for my Hispanic Disney princess as well. So, time's to click in Disney. But a big part of what really sells these characters is the voice acting is so good. Some of the standouts for me were Ryan Potter, who plays Hero, TJ Miller, Jamie Chung, Damon Wayans Jr. really was great. And then Maya Rudolph was a fun minor character in here as well. And outside of just those standout voice actors, the entire cast really got into their roles and really sold their character and helped bring them to life. But outside just the voicing, the writing was really great for them as well. They were funny, they were relatable, they were just great characters overall, and their animation design was also really fantastic. I have to say, my two favorite characters were Baymax and Go-Go. I'm just going to tell you that Baymax is as awesome, cute, and lovable as he comes across in the trailers, and you'll instantly fall in love with him from the first time he pops up on the screen. So, loved Baymax. And then Go-Go represents that not only do we have a strong, diverse cast, we have strong female characters, and she's a great example of what a strong female character should be. Badass, she's tough, she's awesome, and she's also vulnerable, and she's not just this one-dimensional, I'm gonna beat the boys kind of character. She gets along great with the group, but she's still proud of being a strong woman. And I just loved that they made her catchphrase, woman up. I think that is the great kind of gender switching language that should be happening in these Disney films. I hope it catches on with younger girls and shows them, hey, it's not all about manning up, you gotta woman up too. We just all need to people up. But I just think that's great that Disney went that extra step to put a phrase like woman up into their film, and it felt genuine with Go-Go's character, and I loved her. So to help aid these awesome characters in this movie is a strong emotional core that I think for the most part works as a positive. I will touch on how I think it doesn't quite work in my negatives a little bit. But I think having this core for us to keep referencing and this emotional tie-in throughout the rest of the film really helped keep the entire storyline glued together and helps keep the audience emotionally invested in not only the characters, but the entire story happening throughout the entire film. So the emotional core really worked with the film. But you can't just have one big sap fest the whole time, and this movie nails that balance pretty well. We have great, fantastic action sequences that are worthy of live-action Marvel films. They really deliver what every good superhero film does with these action sequences. And on top of that, just like, again, every live-action Marvel film, we have great humor. Each of our characters gets their own comedic times to shine, and there are some genuinely really, really funny moments in here. So overall, it's well balanced, the writing is very good, and we're delivered a great story to just watch and follow along with. And to aid with that great story and these wonderful characters is just beautiful animation to bring it all to life. As we always hope for in animated fare, and what we've come to expect from Disney is just something gorgeous to look at and to marvel at on a big screen, and Big Hero 6 definitely delivers that. Superhero movies in general are just known for spectacular visuals, and Big Hero 6 delivers those visuals that comic fans are going to really love, and beautiful animation style that animated film fans are also going to love, and just overall brings the whole package together into one cohesive film that really delivers. But not even the almighty Disney can deliver a perfect film, so where does Big Hero 6 miss the mark a little bit? Well, I touched on it earlier, but that strong emotional core, I think, gave the film a bit of a sad undertone throughout the runtime. So I'm not going to give away any spoilers, so don't worry. But we just kept coming back to sad moments and sad moments and sad moments. And I think overall that did leave the film kind of down. And even though we had these big action sequences and humor to kind of bring the spirit and the mood back up, overall this could be considered a bit of a sad movie. I will say that at least the 3 or 4 people directly around me in the theater did cry at some point or multiple points throughout the film, so bring your tissues, but that kind of demonstrates that a children's movie being this sad might be negative for kids. Another really small quibble I had with the movie was that I thought the villain was a little bit predictable and a little bit one note. They tried to add that twist in, but I think it's only going to fool children really. It doesn't come out of left field like I thought maybe they hoped it would, but just know the villain twist is meh, and that the villain himself has a very one-note feeling. Overall, he's pretty well-rounded, but definitely not a complete package. An upgrade, I'll say, from Ronan the Destroyer and the others in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but definitely not a great villain by any means. But that's just kind of nitpicky. And finally, my biggest issue with the film was that I think the ending was a cop-out. Again, I'm not going to spoil anything that happens at the end. Just know that it felt like a complete cop-out, just a write-in, and it wasn't earned to me, and it kind of dismissed some of the things that happened earlier pertaining to that emotional core, and I just found it a turnoff, and it did bring the movie a little bit down to end on that kind of note, but I guess I'll let you decide for yourself what you think of that ending. Now, before we jump into recommendations, I do have 2 things to say pertaining to the movie experience of seeing Big Hero 6. First, there is a Disney short beforehand that is fantastic. One of my favorite Disney shorts ever, including Pixar. And it is just beautifully animated. It uses an animation style that we saw in one of the Pixar shorts before, where it kind of has this 2D, 3D hybrid, and it's called The Feast. It's about a little dog, and it is just so cute. And honestly, that 3-minute clip is worth the price of admission alone. It really is that fantastic. So definitely make sure you come early enough that you see that short before the film starts, and that you stay all the way through the end credits, because like any good superhero film, there is an end credit scene that is definitely worth the wait. It's super enjoyable. So read all the people who contributed to this great animated fair, and get treated with a great post-credit scene. So, if you couldn't tell by this point, I definitely recommend Big Hero 6. I think if you have a family and are looking for a great family-oriented film, this one definitely lives up, so go check it out. If you are a young adult like me or a comic book movie superhero fan, then again, definitely check it out. And if you're a fan of animation, this one is worth the full price ticket. So, if you're just looking for a fun, good time at the movies, Big Hero 6 delivers. So, that has been my review of Big Hero 6. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, go ahead and click like down below and subscribe to the channel while you're at it so you're always up to date on our latest videos. I love you all so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!